that's not a fight, is it?
That's Joe White. Yeah, that's a fight. That's at Rose, and that's Ben Eves.
That guy?
That's Richard.
Oh.
Keep it real.
So NZPBA and Pro Box Champagne, but I won't say the weight because I'll get it wrong. Alright.
Wait, just say.
We started?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we are, Isaac Savage, GladrapChannel, here in the famous Rebel John Conway's gym. Here we are, 168 fights. Now trains Lani Daniels. Welcome along today, guys.
Thank you. Thanks. No, welcome you.
So what's been happening? Obviously, just come off the commiserations on the loss against Geovana Perez, very tough opponent. How are you feeling after that? The fight, and now that you've digested it, what's your comments and opinions on how it went down that night?
I thought it was good. No excuses for the loss. I felt like I was prepared as I could be at the time. Pretty guttering losing though. Yeah, but I think I've learned a lot from that fight, and can carry on moving forward now.
Do you think too she looked a bit heavier? So do you think, were you trying to come up a weight class, or is she just naturally too heavy for you? Would you fight at that weight again?
Yeah, if the opportunity come up, but our focus is to get down.
Yeah.
I don't think weight was an issue. I felt like I was strong enough. I just guess I played into her game.
Yeah.
I should have stuck to moving, but still learned something.
So you're saying you go for a third and final, or a finale with Geovana Perez again?
Yeah, definitely. It's just good to be in the ring with. Definitely pushes me to bring out better. So it's quite, Looking at the footage looked quite good as well.
What's next on the cards for you? I mean, it's only just recently that you fought, but tell us what's happening next for you on the cards.
So we've got our fight lined up.
Yeah, we're fighting Tessa from South Auckland League Salt. And this is a rematch. They fought once before in Cambridge. This is going to be a lighter weight division, the middleweight New Zealand title fight. 8 rounds. Their first fight, it was pretty competitive, pretty close. Tessa's got like a David Tour style.
Yep.
But she's short and stocky, and she'll slip a couple of punches and block a couple, and she'll come out with these tremendous left hooks and right rips. And so it's going to be a very competitive fight, and we're full training for that now. Looking forwards, onwards and upwards.
So that's for which title and which weight?
It'll be the middleweight title.
Yep.
It's New Zealand title. We're not sure sanctioning body. We may think it's the PBC.
Sure.
And so we're just going to attempt to add that to our collection.
So if we dial it back a bit, because I know you haven't always trained with John. You said you were at Navies earlier. How did it all start, training with the Rebel, John Conway?
He wrapped my hands when I first fought Geovana.
Yeah.
So it's previous to that, me and my sister just copied YouTube. And then my cousin was with you, eh?
That's right,
And then she asked him to wrap my hands, and then it just kind of eventuated from that.
Nice.
Yeah, and I watched her fight Giovanna, and I was just having a chat with her and talking to her. And I thought, man, just a couple of small changes, and you can be a good fighter into an excellent fighter, into a world champion. You can see it straight away. Customato saw it with Mike Tyson. Doesn't take much to decide within yourself what a fighter can be to what they are. And I thought the only changes she needs is really experience and just how to go about the right way to do right things in training, preparing for fights. And I just found I got that information from talking to her for about 10 minutes and watching her fight.
And you've obviously loved working with John. I mean, being here, looking at the photos, the fights, the experience, 168 fights, and certainly a lot of experience. You're probably learning things every day, every week with the Rebel.
Yeah, definitely.
So, in saying that, what's on the cards? So, you guys are going to go through a bit of a training sesh. How long does that usually go for, and how often are you training here with John in Auckland?
I think now that I've come back, this is the first weekend back since my fight.
Yep.
Probably come down Fridays, and then as we get closer, come down Thursday nights when I can, because I finish work on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, so while she's down, we train every 10 hours. So we train for 2 hours, 10-hour rest, 2 hours, 10-hour rest. I know it seems hard, but it's just normal for a pro boxer
Yeah.
and for a champ.
And what happens in that final week in terms of, is there any cut? Do you follow a special diet, or are you going through that weeks prior?
Yeah, so my goal now at the moment is to drop a few kgs so that it's a bit more comfortable when I get close to the fight. I don't really want to be having that on my mind. And then we discussed me coming down 2 weeks before, spending a week down, high performance week, and then I'll go home
We
and rest.
put her up in the Hilton.
Oh, nice.
It's just over there.
There's the Hilton.
Yeah. Well, at the moment it's here. Soon we'll be there. So we're going old school method.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the grumpy one on fight week? Is it Lani or is it
it's
John?
not.
Or
It's,
no one.
No, it's actually Ants, the hairy guy that's not here. He's the grumpy one. He's always grumpy, no matter what week it is. But I'm pretty mellow. I'm sort of, but I'm competitive and aggressive, but I'm also mellow. I'm like a sniper. Like I'm in a tree, I'll shoot you, but you don't know where I was, don't know where I am. Yeah.
And is he like that too in between rounds? Is John one of the only ones that you, like, I guess, connect with, and the information goes through in between those rounds of like what he's telling you to do coming up for the next round?
Yeah, and I think too in the breaks, like when we go get something to eat, he'll be telling me his experiences and all his fights and how he's travelled the world and stuff, and I think it's quite cool, just life experience as well. So
well, there's the thing, looking at some of these pictures back here, there's race Sefu and cuts on your head, and I mean, you've certainly got a story to tell. And
Ray did not cut my head.
No. Well, it's a separate picture, but give us some of a tale of some of these pictures back here. What was that cut on the head? And you're lying down. So was that here or over in Thailand?
That was here. Paul Grimer. I fought Paul Grimer, and I knocked him down a few times, and I couldn't quite land that knockout punch. So I was baiting him. I was going, come on, Paul. And out of nowhere, he did this tremendous spinning back kick that came out of nowhere and got me right in my eye. He knocked me down. I got back up and I was completely lost, but I could fake it. And then when I went back to my corner, I said to my trainer, Lola Pumuli, what was that? What got me? So I only saw it when I saw it on a replay. But I went, so that's that cut anyway. And I knocked him down a few more times after the cut and won the fight. But that taught me a lesson. Not sure what the lesson was, but it taught me a lesson.
Yep. So what do you guys see? I was just on a podcast last week, and we were discussing, the scene from grassroots to global. But there seems to be a bit of a resurgence too with female fighters. Boxing, kickboxing, MMA. And do you see? I mean, what are your thoughts on the whole female in fighting aspect at this stage? I mean, give us your thoughts.
My personal thoughts is, I've always thought that female fighters should be on an equal platform as male fighters. I thought that back in the Chris and Martin days, in the late 80s. But now that girls are so professional, so skillful, even more so these days they should be. And it just showed when Lani and Geovana fought, people were saying to me that it's one of the best fights I've seen. Not it's one of the best female fights, that's one of the best fights. And there's a lot of companies and a lot of people that really let themselves down, sat on their hands and didn't really pay the due respect that the girls should have got within promoting them and marketing them and viewing them on TV live. And so I think it's slowly changing, but it is slow, and it's I find it's really disrespectful that they have to play second to other sports or other males in sports. So I really think they are equal, if not better, than the guys fighting. I don't think they're better. I think it's equal. Yep. I don't think fighters are fighters. A good fight is a good fight. And Geovana and Lani's fight was a great fight. It was a really good fight. And for it not to be live on Sky TV, I think Sky let themselves down.
You're right. I mean, there should. I see it as equal as well. Like we were saying with some of the fights earlier, when the females fight, it can be at times more entertaining than guy fights. I mean, what are your thoughts on being in the sport as a female? Have you found any sort of inequalities? And because how long have you been doing it for now?
Like 6 years now.
Yeah. But have you, in that 6 years, have you seen things change? Has it slightly changed the paradigm shift? The more respect you get in that sense.
Yeah, and it seems like there's more females getting into it, I think. And I think, like when I was in the amateurs, I remember when we went to tournaments overseas, our coach used to say that people didn't underestimate New Zealander females because they've got a tough reputation, which I think that's pretty true.
And how do you find I'll ask you a bit of a hard question, but are you finding you're becoming a bit of an inspirational sort of person, motivator, leader in your area, in your city, your hometown?
Yeah, and it's something that you don't kind of put your hand up to, it's just all part and parcel of becoming your own professional boxer.
So are you walking around and people are like, hey, Lani, can I chat to you? You're my inspiration. What happens when you're walking around? Are you starting to be recognised now in your hometown?
Well, the other day I actually was, and I was like thinking, who's this? Because they come up to me to shake my hand. I was like, she's like, you're the man. I was like, hey. And then she turned around and I seen her jersey on the back, and I was like, oh, that's it. She was from Fit Fanatics in Whangarei.
That's awesome. So is there anyone else on the books as well in your gym at the moment? Obviously, Lani, is there anyone else up and coming that's training with you, or you'd want to sort of talk about?
No, it's just I had a few young blokes in my gym that wanted to do amateur boxing, but it seems like getting an amateur license again is a bit of a nightmare, so I'm turning them all into kickboxers. I don't want to kick, just kick. So, but I mean, there's some young ones coming through. Yeah, but as all the professional fighters, I'm just looking after Lani at the moment.
Yep. And in that, after mid-year, are there plans then to conquer a few more bouts, titles, Australia, the world? What are the plans long term?
Long term, definitely still world.
Yep.
And he's gonna figure out the in-betweens, and I just have to do the work, I suppose.
Well, talking to Glasgow Boxing, and me and Bruce have had meetings and stuff, and Bruce is also a big fan of Lani and really wants to bring over somebody. We're looking at a lady in Canada. I can't remember the name. There's one in Canada and there's also one in Sweden that asked us to fight in America, but we'll try to get it into New Zealand to fight.
Sure.
So we're looking to fight on Geovana's
in August.
Defense.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to ask about that. And saying that, why would you not want to go overseas to fight? Do you want to keep it here is it easier to organise here in New Zealand? Like, why not want to go across the ditch to Canada, America? What's the reason to not go and take that fight?
There's a few reasons. The money they offered us to go overseas is not quite what we're after. It's not quite there yet. And to fight here is a lot more comfortable for us. But eventually we will go overseas and fight. It's just that the timing at the moment's not right. Although that we're a well-oiled machine, we're not a completely well-oiled machine, and we've been together for about a year, but I think in another 6 months, or this time next year, we'll start looking towards overseas. We have looked in Australia, but there's actually no one in Australia to fight. But Australia, to me, is like North Shore. It's just across the ditch, so it's not really overseas for us. But there's places I'm talking to that's in America and China, and so like the northern European countries that we're probably looking at.
Yeah, look, it's good to have those dreams, those goals, to fight abroad, but it'll be great to get the title mid-year, fight again on Giovanna Perez's show,
Totally,
Glasgow Boxing near the end of the year, and on to future world titles.
Yeah, well, Bruce is very supportive, and he's I could see him being the next future Duco. He's really doing good work at boxing. Yeah.
Oh, look, great to have you here today. Really appreciate your time. Any final words, shout outs to everyone watching back home?
No, that's alright.
It's a wrap.
Thank you.
Thank you.